For lesson 2, we're going to put the structure in below the surface that joins the legs together. And we want to get into the front view, and you can do that in the View command and get to the front. And then we'll go to the Draw command on the ribbon and go ahead and start out at 0, 0 and press enter. And we're going to make a rectangle. So you want to type in 4, 4, or if you find yourself in the window, press 4 and then press enter and then press 4 again. It's easiest to work in the command line below, but you'll find you've created a 4-inch square. And you can pan over and zoom in, and you can navigate there. And it's helpful if you do zoom in, because then you can see more clearly what you're doing. And we're going to go ahead and move this rectangle. So from the Modify ribbon, you can go ahead and select the rectangle, or just type in Move in the command line and press enter after you select the object. And in the top left corner, let's go ahead and move the corner to the intersection of the leg and the tabletop. And inspect and make sure that you have it actually at that intersection. And then the nice feature here is we're just going to go ahead and drag the rectangle corner across the span of the surface. And as you do this, you should notice that it's going to want to stay on the line. It'll do that for you automatically. Now we're going to have to zoom in. So on the navigation tool, zoom in, and we're going to go ahead and close up that gap. The reality is it's probably about 1/8 of an inch, but let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to do it for both sides. Now you have to do this before you extrude the support member. So get it as close as you can, keeping it on the line so it remains 4 inches in height. Now if you look at this as a solid surface, it is not going to be solid. It has not yet been created into a 3D object. So in order to do that, either click onto the icon or type in Extrude, and let's go ahead and select, after we push enter, select the object that we just created and press enter. Now we're going to do this, which would be typical for the depth of an item like this. We're going to go ahead and type in 0.75, and minus 0.75 is what we're typing in right now, because we want it to go away from us, and then press enter. Now if you type in positive 7.5, it'll be fine. We can always move it. Now let's go ahead and inspect this. So we'll go to an isometric view. We'll first look at the top view, and we'll notice that it is on the end. It's not where we want it, however. So let's go ahead and move this object. So click on the Move icon or type in Move, select the object, and it's important that we move this object to the center of the leg. So let's go ahead and make sure that when we move this, it snaps onto the leg. And you're going to have to inspect this as you go along here. So we'll go to the isometric view, and the easiest way is to get underneath the table. So we're going to rotate, and we're going to look underneath the table, and let's do the solid surfacing if we can here. And you should inspect and make sure that the support panel is in between the leg and the surface, as indicated in the drawing. So let's go back to the top view. And similar to how we mirrored the legs, we're going to do that with a panel. So let's go ahead and make the other panel, however. So on the left or the right command, Let's go to the rectangle tool, which is going to be on the home menu in the draw. Let's go ahead and type in again 0, 0, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We'll make a 4-inch rectangle and type in 4, 4 and press enter. So you have to pan out here or just go to the top view. That will reposition it, or in this case the left view. And then let's go ahead and move that rectangle. I'll type in move, select the rectangle, press enter, grab the corner and move it to the intersection of the leg and the surface. And then we'll go ahead and drag the rectangle over, keeping it 4 inches in height. Get it as close as you can. And then go ahead and zoom in if you need to. It's pretty helpful. Get as close as you can. And we'll do it the same to both sides, the same tool function. Alright, now the same thing, we're going to have to make this a solid surface, so we're going to extrude the support member. Type in extrude, select the item and press enter. And this is going to be 0.75 inches, 0.75, so type in minus 0.75. It should default to that because we did that command previous. And then let's go ahead and inspect the support structure. And in the conceptual, we should be able to look at it. And in the revolve command, look around it. Now again, we don't want this to be on the end, we want to center this. So we're going to have to do the same command where we move it. And so let's go to the top view, and we'll go to the 2D wireframe, and type in move, or grab it from the modify panel and just move it over. And it should snap to the center if you have the midpoint selected. And then again, inspect it from the bottom. And we'll look at this in the conceptual view. And you can tell here that we've got this done, so now all we have to do is mirror these two objects. And I'm just going to do this one at a time when I mirror this. So you can click on the modify panel, the mirror, or just type it into the command line. And select enter. Select the object, press enter, and then at the midpoint we want to keep it perpendicular. We don't want to delete it, so just type in N and press enter, and it should appear. And we're going to do the same to the front side of the panel. Select the item, press enter, and grab the midpoint, keep it tangent, and press enter. And we should have 4 legs, 4 support pieces, and a work surface. And you've completed the lesson. And inspect what you've done, and then let's finish up on the top view when you've completed your work. But go ahead and inspect everything, and you've created the 4 support panels for the table.